So hey guys, welcome to this week's video. So we're not doing a training video today, but we have something special planned. So at the university we go to, every year they have a running event. It's called Hit the Bricks. It's a cancer fundraiser where they basically just try raising money generally for cancer research by getting people to sign up. And what they do is they turn the upper quad, which is exactly a quarter-mile loop, into a track, and everyone runs laps around the tracks trying to accrue points. So you get 1 point for doing one lap, and if you wear a sandbag on your back, which really is pretty light, it's like 10 pounds.
Yeah, I think it's 10. It's
only like 10 pounds or so, but you get double laps. So pretty much everyone wears a sandbag and just runs. And typically you sign up with teams. So they typically have like fraternity, sorority divisions, which is like these huge teams. I always run with the physics department, which is what I'm a graduate student in. And typically our like secret weapon has been Mike, who
I usually put in about 20 miles worth of laps.
So
spelling people so they can rest.
Yeah, which winds up being like 160 points, which is a fair amount. But the point is, like, usually everyone does like these big teams. So we've some years we lost and we only got second place to like ROTC.
Yeah, which has like 60 people and we have like 10 for physics.
And their whole thing is running with like weights on their back. So like, it's literally the only thing they've been training for.
Also, they have like 60 people. Like they all, it's mandatory that they all participate. So really, it's cheating.
So what we thought about doing is signing up for a team. Unfortunately, I'm not going to sign up because the Tahoe World Championship race is Saturday and
2 days after.
Yeah, and it's on a Thursday. So it would just be like negligent for me to sign up and try doing like 10 miles that day after a running workout in the morning. So instead, what we're doing is we're just going to catalog Mike signing up, and he's doing his own team.
I'm doing 8 hours by myself on the upper quad. So I thought about this while I was running today. So if I can run an 8-minute mile, so 4 laps in 8 minutes, and then walk another one in 5, that's a 13-minute mile and a quarter cycle. So in 8 hours, I could get in 45 miles. So that's gonna be the goal. So 45 miles will wind up being 180 times 2, 360 points. Yes.
Because I'm not doing anything that day, and I actually don't have classes at all on Thursday.
He's my crew.
I'm gonna show up and we're just gonna play support crew for Mike.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have like coolers of drinks ready and just like refuel.
Some like towels and an ice thing so I can like, cool off, because pretty much every year since, definitely every year since I've been here, probably every year since you've been here, it's been like the hottest day of the week. Like it'll be super nice. All the other days, like 70, and then Hit the Bricks rolls around, it's like 88, sunny, no wind, and
it only gets hotter from there.
Yeah, and it takes place from 11 a.m. to 7 at night.
So I guess this video is, we're just gonna see how Mike is gonna handle an 8-hour race. And keep in mind, we just got done filming our Killington race, which is why you may recognize that we're in the same clothes if you watch that video. It's only gonna be like a week and a half after Killington.
It's like 10, 11 days after we run Killington. I'm actually still sore right now, and it's, Thursday, so hopefully 1 week from today, glory or death is the plan.
Yeah, so we're just gonna follow along and see how he does. I think the dream is you win.
If I won,
they don't have single man divisions, by the way. It's always a relay race for this because it's an 8-hour race.
I don't actually know if anyone's ever tried to do it by themselves. Like,
I'm sure people have, but I don't think anyone's ever has gotten as many points as you're about to get.
Yeah. So that's the dream.
We also they get bonus points for doing certain kind of specialty laps. So I'm just gonna worry about that, getting the stuff.
I mean, there's laps where the
the laps count like times 10 or something instead of times 2. So it's good to do like a wacky lap, which is what they call it, where you dress up in an outfit and then do it.
Or I just run.
Yeah, there's anything but feet, so just your feet aren't allowed to touch the ground.
Most of the time people are on like carts and stuff.
Or bicycles.
Yeah.
They also have race trials beforehand, where there's a time trial, and whoever wins the time trial wins like point.
That might not be a good idea.
So we're gonna.
You can do that.
Well, I'm not gonna be signed up for the team. You'll have to.
Oh yeah.
It's gonna be all mine.
Yeah, it's all.
So yeah, just chill around. I hope you guys enjoy, and we'll go back to like our normal, everyday Spartan programming after this. But I'll see you guys later. All right. So what are we doing right here, Mike?
All right. So in preparation for my 8-hour grind tomorrow, we are prepping a lot of water with nutrition in it because I'm gonna need it.
I went out to the store and bought like a big cooler. We'll hold like a bunch of bottles. I think it's like a 35-liter cooler. I got like a 40-pack of water, and I think we figured the easiest thing to do for nutrition is just to like literally pour in all of the Tailwind into bottles like this, so that we just have them pre-made with nutrition so he can grab one. And then we'll all just chuck them in the cooler with some ice. So hopefully we can fit all the Tailwind ones in there. So that's gonna be Mike's main nutrition tomorrow as he runs.
And pizza.
We should talk a little bit about some of the information because it's now, as a note, it's the day before the race.
Did I already put 2 in here?
Put one more.
Yeah, just make sure. The overall plan is to run for maybe an hour, maybe an hour and a half to start with, just because it'll be cooler and I'll be fresh. And then once I start getting tired, I'll start trading 1 mile and then a 1-lap walk.
And what's the distance goal?
It's if I average the 1 mile at an 8-minute pace and then a 5-minute lap walking for the entire 8 hours, it will be 45 miles. So that is the number I would like to hit.
I think the plan is to just order a pizza to the race.
Yeah.
And have the pizza guy meet us on the course.
And at some point, during the walking laps, I'll just eat some pizza. The 2-scoop bottle, the 3-scoop bottle, and then emergencies.
Which looks like a 3.
Yeah, I'll just black out the top.
But yeah, so I think that's pretty much all of the stuff. And I think tomorrow we're ready to just start the race. So
Yeah. Oh, don't show off my sock collection.
if I ever run out of clean socks, I think I might be able to climb this.
Oh, for sure.
You have multiple red headbands. Like this is multiple post races.
Yeah. Well, the headbands just gotta stay out here.
All right, we got having all of the ice.
Hey, cover your head.
He just wants one, a little
Got
taste.
a lot of ice.
So it is currently 10:04. So time to check in, I guess.
Yeah.
And then we start in 1 more hour. There we go.
Alright, 4 hours in, switch to a run walk strategy. We're at 25 miles.
Yeah, I ordered that large cheese pizza. Congratulations, you did it.
They shortchanged me 7 minutes.
So, opinions? I want it fresh from the source.
I'll tell you what, I'm gonna lay down over there and feel free to video me on the. Oh, that looks nice and grassy right there.
7:05. You absolute maniac.
I don't feel awesome.
Let's check how you finished. So we have running club at 573 points, and then one man alone at 327. And you are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 overall.
My like face hurts from like bouncing up and down.
You
All right, debrief. So I ran. The first thing I did was run 2 hours straight. I covered just under 16 miles in that. That hurt. I also wasn't drinking enough like nutrition and water. So the next hour maybe I mostly just walked. I jogged a little bit, but it was mostly walking and just like drinking as much as I could to get it all back in me. After that, I started alternating laps. So I broke it down into 12-minute segments, which would be 5 miles per hour. Oh, it's sweat burns. Oh.
Yeah, your eyes look bloodshot, probably just from all the sweat in your eyes.
Yeah, it's not great. I would drink a bit of water and tailwind on the walking lap, and and not on the running lap. So that's how I partitioned it out. I had 2 slices of pizza that Daniel got me, which was pretty good. That was what, like 4 hours in? One lap run, 1 lap walk for the rest of it, for the next 4 hours. Everything started hurting with about 2 hours left to go. My feet were the first things to go. They started hurting on the run, and then they would stop on the walk, and they started hurting on the walk too. But we dipped into the emergency bottle, which had God knows how much tailwind in it. I think I ran the last 20 minutes, 15 at least. So the watch had me at 46.75.
You do not look good.
I don't feel good. I would like to take this time to rep the Adelaide Harriers. Because that's the jersey I wore. We set up.
Yeah, 1 second. All right.
This is a follow-up to Hit the Bricks.
Yeah, so this is after
Yeah.
Hit the Bricks. It's actually about a week after, because I had to go to Tahoe and everything, and Mike was just so beat that we really didn't have time to film. But right now we're just going to kind of debrief and get Mike's opinion about Hit the Bricks and how it went, now that he's had a few days to reflect on it.
So reflecting, should have thought more about nutrition going in. So as you can see from this chart, the first 2 hours I just ran. So I tried to get in as much as I could. I think I got in 16-ish miles. But after that, you can see there's a steep drop-off as it got really hot and I hadn't really had anything to drink for 2 hours. So I had to refuel, and then I had some pizza, and even then I still wasn't feeling good just because of water loss, so I had to gulp it down. But after I switched from my backpack to my water vest and was carrying, I had tailwind in the front left pocket and then regular water in the front right, and I had a whole like rotation going on where I would drink tailwind, where I would drink water on which laps, and I was rotating, 1 lap running with 1 lap walking. I definitely could have gone probably another hour.
So this is just my guess, because obviously you're the one who ran it, but I think that it seems to me like a long endurance event like that, by the time you realize you're crashing, it's too late.
It's way too late. Yeah.
So I remember early on I was trying to get you to get pizza. I kept calling, I was like, you want me to get the pizza now? Like now? And you kept saying it a little bit, and then I could tell you crashed hard and you just walked a bunch.
Well, I also didn't have basically anything to drink or really much tailwind.
I was trying to, because I just had a cooler off on the side, and we had all of our tailwind, so every now and then Mike would just hold up like a 2, so I would get him one of the bottles has 2 scoops of tailwind in it.
Yeah.
But for the most part, you only had the pizza.
I also lost about 8 pounds. We weighed myself afterwards. So
A lot of that's probably water.
yeah,
but-
most of that would probably be water. But I just think that's funny. You know?
Yeah.
Also, a couple days ago, the head coordinator, Paige, reached out to me, and I got a one free pair of tennis shoes from one of the sponsors. So definitely gonna put those to good use. Cause
So I guess like the legend kind of
yeah,
started unfolding because again, like his team name was One Man Alone. So I think everyone knew that it was just him. And by the time you see about 3 hours, most of the people who wanted to put a lot of time in had left. Like they were no longer running laps. And so you just saw Mike constantly throughout the day.
I wore my bright red singlet, so I was fairly conspicuous as I was running. So if I were to do it again for another 8 hours, I would definitely just nail down nutrition at the beginning, like not mess around with that, and also get on the staff so that I can make them switch directions in the middle, because I think the long term or like effects of, you know, it was 176 loops on the track basically, or 170 odd loops on basically a track made of bricks, is it definitely threw off the balance. I've been doing a bunch of hurdle drills to try to get the mobility back and just sort of even myself out, but I was definitely stiffer on the left side than the right side in my hips.
Just from that small amount.
Yeah.
But you're basically doing a full rotation, and you did 4 times 46 miles. So that wound up being 184 laps
Yeah.
of you just doing
Yeah.
less.
So in terms of long-term muscle balance,
Yeah.
you know, it may not be healthy.
It was also like kind of a shame just because it was so crowded. So I remember they had time trials going on part of the way through, and I thought, oh, well, this will be a good chance for me just to go out and I'll just get engaged a little bit. So I went out for the time trial, put my shoes on, and the winning time was only like a 1:01, 1 minute, 1 second for a quarter mile, which is not that fast. I mean, I think like you would expect to be somewhere in the
Yeah.
50s. But then they released you and they didn't clear the track. So you're just running and you're trying to like dodge people. I collided into people 3 times.
Yeah,
on my
people
route.
are, you know, walking 3 or 4 wide and you know, it's a track size thing, so you suddenly, you know, half your track is gone because they're not walking, you know, perfectly shoulder to shoulder, and then there's other runners trying to like slip by them and you're coming up on them at full speed.
Yeah.
It didn't look great.
So it was very problematic. So the guys who ran like a 1:01 on that, they were actually going much faster, but they had to decelerate at certain times or
Yeah.
dodge to the left. So it was kind of a hectic, hot day.
Yeah. It was
All
not a
around.
good day for running a 400 on a track with 300 people on it.
Yeah. And then, by the end of the day, Mike had settled into the run 1 lap,
Oh yeah.
walk 1 lap.
Once I got started that and started drinking water, the laps just rolled by.
And
It
for
was really
something
nice.
like an hour, I think I hung with Mike. Probably like 45 minutes to an hour. We pretty much just did it together, just so...
Was it really that long?
yeah, we started at 53, and I want to say it ended at 40-something. So that's,
Yeah.
you know,
Well, it
obviously not
felt-
quite an hour.
At that point, it felt like 10 minutes for me.
Yeah, I forget how
Like-
much distance I never kept track of the distance we covered, but we covered quite a few miles while I was with you.
Yeah.
I think once Mike started doing the walk, jog alternating, other teams started picking him up on laps.
Yeah.
And then Mike refused to do any of the specialty laps. So beforehand, we agreed that he would do the time trial, do the
Trivia
night, a bunch of other stuff. So we
Um,
thought we would have like, so there are 40 extra laps he should have gotten just from
Yeah.
that.
If not a little more.
And then there were 30 he probably should have had going in. So he should have had 70 more laps. The only bonus laps he got at all were from me making a social media post for him, because he doesn't have social media, about Hit the Bricks.
Yeah, and I think got like 5 from that or something.
We should have had way more points going in, so I think you probably could have hung in the top 5, because they had the top 5 on an electronic
Yeah.
leaderboard in the lap area going through, and it would have been really sweet to see him stick in the top 5, but also unrealistic. Perhaps if we were running together, it would
Oh,
have
yeah,
been
if we
reasonable
were-
to stay in the top, because
Oh,
we both
yeah.
could have done it. The winner, you know, they were averaging like a 6-minute mile, and obviously there's time in transition, so they're actually going a good bit faster. I really wanted him to stay in the top 5 because he was second for a while, and I think
second for a long
by the time he started alternating running and walking, he was tied for third, or he was tied for second. But yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. We'll be back to getting more regular content after exams kind of blow over and everything.
Another
2 weeks or so.
Yeah, 2 weeks.
But we appreciate you guys tuning in. We have a lot more content coming. If you guys are interested in stuff like this or anything that we have going on, feel free to comment, rate, and subscribe. And I guess we'll see you in another video.
Yeah.